Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another day of the video. Darren, how's it going today? Today, I'm walking away from work. It's the end of the day. Didn't talk to you this morning because Lewis came into work at the same time as me. Normally he's a bit later than I am, and I can get into the office and then I see him drive by. But he parked up and I saw him and I'm like, I'll walk in with Louis then, eh? I'll wait for him and walk in with him, eh? So, yeah, I didn't talk to you this morning. I apologise for that greatly. But not a lot happened, as per usual. It's been a relatively boring day. Especially in the morning, anyway. What do? I just head into work, don't I? Nothing particularly happened yesterday because I just spoke to Lovely on the phone all evening, which was lovely as well because she's going on holiday soon, so get as much phone time as possible. But yeah, otherwise, work. What's been going on today? Again, not really a lot. We've just kind of been having some problems with some of the servers we're running. They're just kind of being really unpredictable, which isn't what you want from a server, to be fair, but they keep throwing up weird errors that we can't figure out what's happening. It looks like we're being throttled by something in the network, and we can understand why it's throttling us, but it's also throwing us like random errors because they throttle us a bit too much sometimes, and like our tests aren't designed to know whether we're being throttled or not, you know. So I was having some issues making service bus stuff work and all of that kind of McGubbins. But today's been a relatively sad day in the office. I might do car cam, actually. We haven't done car cam in a while, have we? And while it's relatively warm, I'm just going to hit traffic anyway, so why not? Right, let's get out this car park. Today's been a relatively sad day today. We had a pay attention, IT forum today, which is where the business comes down and they tell us like how the business is going, and we kind of know how the business is going. And yeah, it's kind of like just a meeting where it was all doom and gloom and all that kind of crap. It's a bad time at work at the moment, and we had like 3 people leave us today. Our new Scrum Master has gone. Our old Scrum Master had moved over because they were on a different project, so they're now Scrum Mastering the different projects to us. So we got a new Scrum Master, and she's now left, and she was really good. Like, we only started working with her for a little bit. We weren't working with her for long, but the time that we did spend working with her was really good. I really liked her. I think she was really good. How many times do you want to say really good? But hey! But yeah, so she went, and then also 2 more. She was the architect Scrum Master. 2 of the architects left as well today. One was the architect designer, who designed the system that I'm currently working on, and he is brilliant. He's literally brilliant about everything. Like, he's so unbelievably clever and funny, and he's just so good at what he does. And I reckon I've probably the person I've learnt most from, he's probably in the top 3, and I've only worked with him for like 2 months tops. That's how good he was. The other architect as well, like I worked with him on the same project. Wait, is our project going? But no, I've been working with him on that. Didn't work with him before that, but he was like, oh no, I didn't really talk to him, but it's sad to see him go. He's definitely pretty clever or whatever. The hardest hit are the designer and the Scrum Master. I reckon I bonded with them a little bit more than the other one. So I knew them on like a personal level as long as a work level. But yeah, they were really good. They've gone, and that's sad. Everyone gets, like, obviously affects the atmosphere when you know that it's people's last day or whatever. So it's been a sad day. 1 because of the forum. And 2 because of that, really, and it is sad. But anyway, onwards and upwards. I don't know how we're going to be rolling with we've lost our software architect designer, so I don't know who's going to be designing our systems from now on. I mean, like, the thing I'm doing for my coursework, like, I'm currently going through the process that he does, like designing it, making sure that it's good and it will work for everything that needs to be done, and it's a hard job, and a lot of developers aren't very good at it, unfortunately. So I don't know how we're gonna cope with that, but we'll figure a way out. We know kind of like the work that's going to be coming towards us now for the next couple of weeks. We've kind of got 2 weeks worth of dead space, unfortunately, where we just kind of like, we're working on interim stuff essentially. But then after that, we're moving on to redesigning some things, like slash creating some new things, some websites and stuff, and be working on similar projects to the project I'm currently on, which is a migration project. So yeah, it's good to know like things that are coming up in the future. The problem is that because today has been like relatively miserable or boring, and it's really warm, I'm sorry, so I apologise for the wind. Why it's been like relatively boring, because there's not really a lot to do apart from like kind of just mother things. That's all we're really doing, is just fiddling and stuff. Why it's been boring because of that. It's also been sad because people are going, and it just drains you. And like, I'm going home tonight, and I was planning on going tennis because it's Thursday, and I just can't be bothered. I just don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm in that kind of mood where it drains you. When work's like that, it really drains you. And the boss said best when he was saying like, this is what work's coming, because it wasn't really covered in the IT forum from the business. He said like, I'm not motivated by money or whatever, I'm motivated by like having difficult problems to solve or working on new technologies and all that kind of stuff. And that's true. And when you're not doing that, when you're sat working on like the same thing over and over again, it's just boring. It drains all of your energy, and you just go home like deflated. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? When you've got nothing that drives you, like people always say, they used to say this at my old workplace as well, in the supermarket. I used to always complain about not having anything to do. But when you've got nothing to do, you're just bored, and you're just sat there thinking about all the things you could be doing. And yes, you're getting paid to do nothing, but that's not why you go. You don't go to be paid. At least in all the jobs I've had, I don't go to be paid. I go to work and enjoy myself while working. But yeah. So now we know what the new technologies are and what's coming up, so that's relatively interesting. Obviously I'm only there for however long now as well, so I won't see the end of these next projects, but it's been good really. It's been a good year also. A year, it definitely feels like more than a year. To be honest with you, it's like friggin' 8 years wrapped into one. It's literally mental how much we've done this year. It is literally like an entire career condensed into just a year. I'm trying to concentrate on driving and talking to you, and try not to say things I'm not allowed to say. So there we go. Happy birthday. Right, cool. I'm going to continue to drive home, and I'll talk to you there when I decide whether or not to go tennis. So I really can't be arsed. Right. We're not going tennis tonight. In fact, it's starting now. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to do a crafty walk by of it. I'm going to see what it's like there. Do you remember last time I went, like, it just wasn't very good because the coach wasn't, well, I don't know what the reason was, whether it was because it was different people there because they'd cancelled a different session, or because the coach wasn't there. I'm going to do a walk by and see what I can gauge, and also because I just wanted to get out of the house a little bit, you know. Man, it really has been one of them days today. It just really is one of them days where, like, all I want to do is, I don't want to that just came to my head. All I genuinely want, I was at work thinking about, oh, a glass of wine would be nice now. And while I want a glass of wine, I need to just order a way of saving wine longer. Get one of them like vacuum things. So I'm thinking about having a glass of wine. The only thing stopping me having a glass of wine is like, when's the next time I'm going to have a glass of wine? Maybe I probably will have a couple of glasses there over the next couple of weeks. Who knows? Also, if you say like, hey Jeremy, why are you wearing sunglasses? It's not even bright. It's not because of the sun, it's because of hay fever. If I take these bad boys off, I'm literally just going to start sneezing left, right. My hay fever has been an absolute pig today. Literally been the biggest kick in the teeth. Like all day my eyes have been like, do you remember like, was it Saturday or something? Saturday when I just wanted to just lie down and keep my eyes closed. That's what today's been like. It's been absolutely horrible. So I'm not risking it, lol. And it is kind of bright. Look, oh my god, this is so weird. There's no road markings. It's just like black tarmac. Oh, that's strange. I feel like Bristol may have recently plumbed a lot of money into its roads, which it needed. but it's really weird when roads have no markings on. It's just like really disorientating. I don't like it. They've done it near the motorway as well on the way to Sainsbury's. Oh, this is weird, being out and about at this time. So yeah, I've just like wandered into Sainsbury's. Maybe Sainsbury's would have a wine vacuum thing. I assume like Tesco or Asda will down. I might take a wander over there on the weekend instead of ordering one on Amazon. Reckon it'll be cheaper? How would that be any better than like a screw cap? That's why I haven't noticed them doing this either, because like there's a line there where it stops and that's where I cross over. Wow, I'm actually genuinely surprised. Like, well done Bristol Council, whoever did this, for doing it in a way that hasn't fucked up commuting. Well done. The road systems do need it though, they are really potholy. It is really bad. But I'm gonna get a vacuum wine thing. I'm just gonna order it from Amazon. I know it's gonna come. Show it on my camera as well. Canon announced a camera today. It's in the same family as the camera I want as well. I want the baby of the line. It's fucking expensive. Like the GX7, I think, which infers that maybe, like, I don't know how to read that. Are they gonna, like, the S120, which is what I want, is existed for nearly 2 years now. So why haven't they updated it? I can't see anything. Oh, that's better. Hay fever's playing up, coming back. Combination of those two. So we're literally going to come up here, have a little spy on who's doing the coaching, and then go back. We're going to try really hard to go swimming this week because I need to, really. Just something I need to do. But whatever. Needs to get on the exercise bike, you know. It's one of them things, isn't it? While you're doing it, you're like, yeah, we're doing this. We'll get an exercise. And then like you take 1 week off, and you're like, fuck it. It just proves just like a lot of things turn into habit over time, and if you stop doing it, it's weird. Except doing exercise. Maybe that's a sign that people shouldn't do exercise. It's a mantra I'd like to live by. They do seem to have a different coach on, instead of the guy that was there a couple of weeks ago. I really didn't like that guy. I thought like he was too like competition based, you know what I mean? It wasn't really about having fun. That guy seems to be like showing them how to do things. I'm not hanging around for long, someone might recognise me. But yeah, so hopefully I can start swimming again and then get back into tennis next week. Although I think I said that on Sunday, didn't I? I said, I'll not go swimming because I'll go tennis and that'll get me into swimming. It's like a self-defeating prophecy, really, isn't it? But yeah, what's going on? Should we just head back then, and then we're going to jump onto doing some work? Shall we have some wine? I might have to assess what bottles I have, you know? So I was walking back, and I might have an ice cream actually. I was walking back, and there was like a boy and a girl just sat on like the seats, like the steps in front of our house, and I just kind of had my keys out, saw them, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't walk through that, and walk past them, walked around the block, and then like hovered, tried to get a view if they'd gone or not. And I've been out bloody on the street, fucking talking to people on Facebook instead of coming back here and doing what I wanted to do because I didn't want to make them move. Or I didn't want to awkwardly go like, oh, sorry guys, can I just get into my flat, please, thanks. Oh, my eyes are burning. But it's too warm to close the windows. This is why I hate hot weather. It's because behind it is this just wall of just, like, there's no wind to keep you cool, for one. And then B, when there is a wind, on that wind are tiny little balls of pollen which just fuck up your day. And ladies and gentlemen, time has flown and I've got to say goodbye to you. It's 11 o'clock tonight and I've got to rent you out and get you all uploaded and all that kind of stuff. I've been sat like sorting out Visual Studio stuff. I've been having to play. I haven't got anywhere for the simple reason that I loaded up Visual Studio 2015, the release candidate, and I was like, well, it doesn't really make sense starting. I know 2015 is going to be released soon, but it doesn't really make sense starting this in 2013 knowing it's going to be obsolete. And I know that like the way that I'm going to be doing builds and deployments, and oh, it's Oliver. It's not Oliver, it's Nigel. It's a spider, by the way, if you didn't see when I just whipped the camera around. Hello. I'll highlight it with the spot. So yeah, I was like, what's the point in using Visual Studio 2013 because it's going to be obsolete? Well, it's not going to be obsolete, but you know what I mean. It's going to be replaced by 2015 relatively soon, so I may as well start with 2015, right? But 2015 doesn't yet support things like Style Cop. And while it does integrate better with things like the new builds and the way that I'm doing build definitions and stuff, like it's not really all that relevant. Like, because of the way I'm doing it, I'm gonna have all that kind of stuff open. I'll be checking it regularly anyway, so I don't need it to funnel it. And someone will probably add a fucking plug-in to do it anyway to Visual Studio 2013. So why not? You know what I mean? So yeah, I had a play with it. I nearly jumped ship, and I've gone back. I've also written up all of the notes that I've been creating from here. And all of my paper notes are now all digitized, and I've decided I've dropped Evernote. Evernote's gone. It's just OneNote now. OneNote, and I use Evernote as a kind of an interim between Google Drive and Google Keep. It's kind of like a halfway house between the two, depending on what I need it for. So it's got like video plan ideas, but if I ever do a script, then it goes into Google Keep. So yeah, it's been a relatively organisy kind of evening. I've been watching and catching up on YouTube videos. And stuff. So it's been relatively relaxed, and I've had some ice cream. I had a lemonade ice lolly, and then like waited half an hour, and then thought, fuck it, let's have some Ben and Jerry's. So I had some Ben and Jerry's as well. Living the goddamn dream. It's been all right actually this evening. I kind of like thinking myself up. It's kind of like I feel throttled because I just really want to just jump in and do this, but I know that there are things that I need to do before I can really jump in and just do it. Although I'm gonna take a much more agile approach to the approach that I've been planning on doing. I'm just gonna start. I've got the outline. I know more or less what I need to do. It's just gonna be a case of just jump in and just do it agile as possible. And it's the better way of doing it, I think. Plan as you go and all that kind of stuff. But have a design. I've got a software design. The system's designed in my head. I know what I want. It's quite difficult to get a plan from a design, though, if you know what I mean. But anyway, at least I think it is. I'm gonna get going. Yeah, I feel throttled because like there's this stuff that I need to do, but then I've been like fiddling around with notes and all this planning stuff, so I can't really jump into doing it yet. I'm gonna jump into doing it more or less now, to be honest with you. When I say goodbye to you, because that's what I do now. I program really late at night when I should be in bed. In fact, I've got a half day tomorrow, half Friday tomorrow, which means I can go in half an hour later than I normally do. Woohoo! Happy days. But yeah, and also I feel throttled because like at work, like not a lot's really going on, and I could be doing this. So I wouldn't mind if there was a lot going on at work, but there isn't. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. Throttled and frustrated is how I'm feeling, but we're working on it. I will catch you later, you goddamn it.